guys, and this phone keeps cutting me off. So when I do lives, I get cut off. And I'm really talking about my child, which should not offend anybody, and what happened in my child's life during his death. So I'm just like talking that way. So these people, hi you guys, I know they keep doing it and it's really aggravating to me. I really have an issue with it. I really have an issue with it. I know. I have an issue. I know. I'm back. I find it really delete upload. I'm deleting that one. Oh no. Delete upload. I'm deleting y'all. Delete. Okay. Yeah, my first one, I mean, so annoying. Part 2 cut off again. All right. And it's ridiculous. Okay, let me shut this off. Honestly, hi you guys. Thanks for coming back. I'm not doing it. I have a backup phone and I really hope there. Okay, so oh shit. Did I just delete the other? I think they just delete. Oh, come on. Hi. Now I'm aggravated. I think I just deleted the first half of my thing. This is really aggravating to me. I can't help it. I just can't help it. I can't. Anyway, getting back to the story. I know they always cut it. They always try to silence me, but I'm talking about my child, so don't silence me. I'm looking here to see if I just I think I just deleted my live. So, oh no, there's my August 16th. It still says people are watching part 2. Okay, so part 1 is on. I'm checking on my computer. Thank you guys. Yeah, it makes me aggravated as shit. I mean, I get just fucking aggravated. Anyway, I don't know why it cuts off. I don't know. It says it's live now. I don't understand. So I'm going to just turn this off and focus. Anyway, the kid that died, Ryan, currently trying to apologize to an Aries. Yeah, well, I don't know what to say. Yeah, I know they shut it down, but I'm really going to say this. So apparently Ryan didn't tell his roommate about a dead boy that he saw on the ground, especially a white dead boy, which apparently was important for him to mention that my son was white and he doesn't see that much, making me think other things. But aside from that, my kid was white. My kid was Irish and Norwegian and British and German. So yeah, my kid is white as white can be, tall, blonde hair, blue-eyed, in spite of the coroner's report, which says that he was 5'9" with brown eyes. Not true. Even in his death, they were gray-green. I'm not going to get into that again. But anyway, so we're finding a bunch of witnesses, and we just have to keep going. Now, here's what I find interesting. I was talking about Officer Dudley Do-Right that came to the scene of Keith's accident 2 hours after Keith was pronounced dead. And by the way, the police were not there until after the fire department was there, right? So the fire department pronounced him dead, not the police department, which was fine. There is a guy on, if you go to Instagram, you can see what happened to Keith. Because there is a guy under this. I have to look, I'm obnoxious with this because I can't stop talking. Like I've probably got post-traumatic stress. It's a bit grainy. Yeah, I can't help it. Okay, so let me look at this here. If you go to this guy's website, JNR Media, and you scroll down to his post on July 29th of last year. So he does accidents. Okay, so he does accidents, and he did an accident report on Keith because he heard, yes, JNR Media. So and it shows Keith's accident. I mean, he fucking videotaped it when the police got there. And so Keith is on the ground. It's graphic. He's covered up, but still you can see he's a dead child and the motorbike's all over the place. And you can see the damage. I had to sit there and watch that I had to sit with the body. The police would not let me go near my son. Meanwhile, these people, and this kid was very nice. He sent me the unedited tape. He sent me the photographer's information. So he immediately sent it to me. He was super nice, and it's just his job. But the police allowed that to happen, for it to go out completely publicly. But the mother and brother of said dead child, they don't allow you to go near the body. I had to sit across the street and watch my son on the ground there. And I wanted to punch everybody in the face for sure. That's neither here nor there. It's a year later and I'm going to keep talking about it. I keep looking at the pictures. I can't get it out of my head. Aside from that, what was so very interesting about it is that when he got the call, this kid, this is what he does. He goes to accident scenes, okay? So he has a whole website where he lets people know about the accidents all over Los Angeles. That's just his job, and I guess he's a media company, so this is what he does. And he seems young. He seems super nice. And anyway, he reported that it was a felony hit and run. Felony hit and run. Felony hit and run. And then it's interesting because that's how the call came through. So if the call came through, he has an Instagram. It's that media, JNR Media. So if it's a felony hit and run, who called it in as that? Because 2 hours after Keith died, this officer, yeah, I know exactly what the fuck the LAPD, and it's not LAPD, it's Valley Traffic. And I'm calling them out because Bobby had a conversation with them about the position of the body, which we proved was moved. Nobody will admit moving my son's body, but I have pictures from people that were there, where his body is, signpost, where his body landed, where it was photographed at, but it's moved up and down the street. But nobody's admitting moving it. That bothers me. It just bothered us from the diagram on the police report. Anyway, the police department called me crazy. I pay these people's salary like you guys do. So I found it interesting. They call me a crazy psychic. So here's the thing, right? No, I cleanse my energy all the time. But here's the thing. I identify as a psychic because that's how I make my living. So we know that. They can't get in trouble for saying that. But really, are you going to call the mother of a dead boy crazy? Fuck you and fuck you. Yeah, fuck you, police department, Valley Traffic. I don't know what the officer's name was. We have to go back to our notes to figure that out. But why are you calling a dead boy's mother crazy? I'm not on drugs. I'm not high. I'm completely sober. And you're calling me crazy? I'm not fucking crazy. My son did not just go off the road because he was racing at 100 miles an hour. He was not doing that. Your witness says that. So fuck you and fuck you. So when I heard that, what I'm doing now is I've written these officers. I hope they're watching because personally, officers in the Valley Traffic Division, you bunch of bitches who called me crazy, whichever one it was, don't call the mother of a dead child crazy when we, the taxpayers, pay your money. We pay your money. Okay? And Officer Stacy would never do that. I've never known her to call anybody crazy. And she deals with homicides of people that are on meth, that are, whatever. People that would be, quote, considered something like that. She deals with that. So why would these policemen be calling the mother of a dead? No, you're never going to win. It's not LAPD, it's Valley Traffic. And I don't know if they're part of LAPD. Yes, we did think that Ryan might have been that one. We're looking at the diagrams of the witnesses and where they saw the trucks. Keep that in mind because they're disgusting. So I'm now talking to the detective that I was talking to above the officers. I'll tell you another bullshit thing they did. And then I will have to go to their captain, and then I will have to go to internal affairs and write a letter in each of their packets, period. And if you want to come kill me or threaten me, go for it. I don't care. Anyway, one of the witnesses, Robert, Melody and Robert are the two kids, brother and sister, that heard the accident and ran out across the street. And their neighbor, Kimberly, who was a nurse who pulled up. So anyway, Robert ran out first because Melody was somewhere else, okay? Robert ran out first. And, Jana, I already got cut off once. Robert, the witness to Keith, the witness, Ryan, he was he was behind Keith and a witness. He did not wait at the scene. He left and called in being a witness. When he talked to me, he was a nice kid. He said to me, yeah, they want to make you look crazy. That's why I'm sober. I exercise. I'm on no psych meds. I'm on no medicine. And I'm not fucking crazy, okay? You are fucking crazy. Thank you, Eric. That's from Ashley, right? Thank you. Yes, Ryan told me he didn't want me to think the black car that pulled out in front of Keith was responsible for the accident, which I have a video of that black car, which the police told the owner of that video not to give it to me. Stacy got it. Stacy watched it, did not cross any boundaries, told me what she saw. But the police did not want me to have that video. They told him, don't give the video out. So let me get this right. A public citizen gets, yeah, I have to do that. That's exactly, of course they killed him. Anyway, the black car, thank you, Coco. You're getting it. Yes, you're getting it. The black car came out. I have Keith in this lane. The black car pulls out. It's a 6-lane road, DeSoto, for you in LA, for you guys. They took our cross down. It will be going back up again, just as a little FYI, because we don't give up. Anyway, that car pulled out and it went into Keith's lane. Keith went into the middle lane. He made the lane change. Ryan told me that. He made the lane change correctly, but he didn't know how he got off the road. Biker guy says that he looked down the road at the crosswalk and Keith was already on the curb, which we know is a lie because we actually have Keith in the middle lane. So who, biker guy, was pulling in and out of one of your rehab houses or doing a U-turn in the middle of the road out of the camera's eye that caused my son to go off the road? Who did that? I'm sick of it now. I'm not even keeping quiet. That's what I fucking think. So the police opened it. The police answered, talked to a witness, and the witness said a car turned in to the rehab house with the blue fence and was parked sideways, but we don't know. Ryan is dead now. Yes, Ryan is dead. That's correct. Poor Ryan is dead. Exactly. So, yeah. Anyway, Robert came out and Robert said all along he saw a red truck. Now, the police never told me about Ryan. They never put Melody in the police report. They never put Robert in the police report. Those two kids were doing resuscitation on my son. Ryan even acknowledged that he saw them, but only Robert saw the red truck. And by the time that Melody got out there, the red truck was out of her eye line. She didn't see it. So he had left. Even though he said he stayed. Yes, Ryan said he was first to my son's body. That's exactly correct. Even though I don't know how that's possible because there is another truck going through the camera I have, and Ryan is behind that truck, not literally behind it, but behind, yeah. So they never mentioned Melody. I got the officer who took over the case to interview Melody, who told me there was a white truck with a pest control thing on the back. We don't know if it was Orkin. It was just a cockroach on the back of the truck, a bug control, right? So Melody, saw the guy come out, older Hispanic man. Ryan confirms that. The older Hispanic man said, I'm sorry I didn't see him. Now, maybe he just didn't see him, or maybe he didn't see him because he ran up on his back, right? So, okay, so when Melody gave her report to the officer taking over the case, I read it after in September. Keith died in July. It took him till December to interview her. She wasn't even on there. I had to find the witnesses myself. They never fucking told me who was who. I went knocking door to door like a bitch, but I'm always going to be a bitch, so I'm going to do it. Anyway, they would not let Melody, yes, I know, a drug buying cop. Yeah, exactly. They would not, I don't know what happened, but they wouldn't let Melody mention the Hispanic man saying what he said or acknowledge that he came out of that truck. Stacy told me, even if a witness says an alien landed in a spaceship in a green fuzzy suit, you have to write down what the witnesses say verbatim, even if it's fucking crazy. This officer told Melody she couldn't make the assumption that the Hispanic man came out of the truck. Okay. So Melody wrote me a separate witness statement with what she saw because the traffic division wouldn't write it down. They wrote it right after saying it was because they're fucking assholes. Taxpayers pay them. I'm going to say it. And I went in and I talked to them and I said, you don't like me because I'm a loudmouth bitch and I'm a woman. But I'm not going to back down. Period. I'm not doing it. You want to call me crazy? Go for it. Tax-funded people. Police are funded by the taxpayers. You don't get to call somebody crazy to their private detective who's phoning asking questions about the position of the fucking body that's clearly moved. We have 6 pictures. The body moved 15 feet. Who moved my child's body? I mean, why? Okay, if it was the police department for whatever reason, then that's fine. Then just admit it. Just say, we moved the body. But they're all like, and they called her fucking crazy when she's, I know, right? They're offing. Yeah, exactly. I know they're fucking with exactly. Jackie had the same thing when her daughter was murdered. They said it was a suicide. And I've seen the autopsy pictures. It's not a suicide. She was beaten up and murdered. The gun can't even sit like that. And they call her crazy 3 years later. She's not crazy either, by the way. So, Bobby's phoning on behalf of Keith's family. And she's a licensed private eye. Sorry, I'm eating ice. Asking to understand why the body was moved. And then she brought up Ryan because she said his story isn't correct. Okay? So she got hung up on after I got called crazy when she brought up witness Ryan. We didn't know he was dead when we made that phone call, or she made that phone call on behalf of our family. We did not know Ryan was dead. We had no idea Ryan was dead. So isn't that kind of crazy? That's kind of fucking crazy, isn't it? It is. Now, I have no idea, but here's what I think happened. I think they run scams in the valley. I think the rehabs are drugs and getting money from the feds. And I think, yeah, Ryan led us back to the road drawing. Exactly. We literally looked at the drawing and went, wait, whoa, back it up. It's not accurate. So I went up and down and walked there. And remember, I went to the blue house. It's a drug ring for sure. If not, whatever. It's a rehab. So I know I have a GoFundMe for Keith, and Melody always tells me we can do it, but I actually have to hire a lawyer to press charges. This is what I have to do. Of course, but the rehab. Then I talked to the rehab guy on the Blue Fence house, either a patient there or a worker there. And he told me maybe I should just forget about finding Johnny the witness. I came across this guy on the day Keith died. I actually walked across the street and found a guy, or no, it was maybe 12 hours later. Because I got up the next morning and went straight back looking to see where my son was and what. And they keep saying Keith was on the bike all the way up until the end, but that's not true till he hit the tree. That's actually not true. And Ryan confirmed that. So whatever. Anyway, I found a guy working in the blue part of the rehab. And yes, I'm talking about Jackie's daughter that was murdered in 2017 on June 9th, Angie. And she was murdered, and it's clear as day. And within 15 minutes, those police where Jackie lives decided that it was a suicide. It wasn't a suicide. It wasn't a suicide. Jackie got there within a half an hour of her daughter's death, and the police are saying, no, it's suicide. Who's investigating that that's a fucking suicide, right? Please. It's not a suicide. Shut up. It's just, no, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Angie was murdered. Of course, not of course, but Angie did not kill herself. Period. End of conversation. And see, to tell a family just because you're lazy or a piece of shit or a fucking tax-paying leech, a taxpayer's money leech in a police department. Well, Officer Stacy does care. I got to say, my friend Stacy, she really does care. She works for her homicide victims' families, and she is in an area where no one cares about those people. She works very hard for those people to find them, and she's friends with the family, and she absolutely works on behalf of everybody's family. But it's Stacy, Detective Stacy, okay? She is definitely, she was so right there for me. She is not a bad person. There are good people that are dispersed, but remember they aren't all bad, but they are bad ones too. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly, Jackie. But in Jackie's case, they just wanted to close it. Now, Why you want to put that label on a family of a dead child? Why you want to put that label on a family of a dead child? And actually, they did the same thing to Lori's son, Lori that runs the Teen Project and runs Vera's Sanctuary. I was thinking of Michael this morning, okay? Yeah, Stacy does look like Charlie's Angels, exactly. They put yeah, exactly. I know. Exactly. I'm open to anybody who can reach Keith. A lot of people have reached Keith. A lot of people have reached Keith, actually. I had separate pictures taken of Keith's body by a forensic photographer named Marie Claire. I had to actually, there's only 3 in the United States that are working not pro bono, on their own. And I found a guy in San Diego and he referred me to her, okay? No, Ryan, no, 7 months after Keith. 7 months. 7 months. Ryan died this past May, okay? Not pro bono. I had to pay her. It was about $3,000, $2,900 for me to pay her to go into the morgue, the cremation place, and take pictures of Keith's body, because I don't know why, but the guy in San Diego sent me to her. And at that point, I'm like, before I cremate my kid, I got to know what's on the body. So, because the coroner locks up these things. So you have to subpoena it, and then they might not even give you those records because they're property of LA County, right? But, yeah, well, the bike shop denied putting the clutches on Keith's bike. They did put they did change the clutches. Anyway, Ryan overdosed. Yeah, I know, I got cut off. Ryan overdosed on Mother's Day. His mother is in the rehab community in Simi Valley. Simi Valley's connected to Chatsworth. They're all rehab people. Anyway, poor Ryan overdosed, and he overdosed. Okay, so that's like being suicided. That's another word for... Yeah, I have the stuff. I mean, yeah, I know. I have to get... But the bike shop denies changing the levers on Keith's bike. So they kept Keith's bike for 3 days for an oil change. Wink, wink. So, yes, it could be mechanical failure. But still, he was perfectly fine on a straight. Anyway, here's... Biker guy who runs the rehab tried to say Keith was on the side of the road and he could high-five my son on the way by. He said that to me. I could have high-fived your son on the way by. He fucking said that to me, okay? He said that. Yeah. And he said my son looked at him through his helmet. Now, correct me if I'm fucking wrong, but my son is in 3 lanes of traffic. There's 3 lanes. He's going through the intersection at 50 to 55 miles an hour. Your house is 4 from the corner. So you're telling me I've got him go. In fact, his house, biker guy's house, is 2 houses away from the last tape footage I have of Keith. So you're telling me he just went completely sideways and slowed down and then high-fived you and looked at you through his tinted windshield things. I mean, please. I can't listen. And the police within 2 hours said that Keith did this and hit the fixed objects himself. Just, Keith, yeah, the windshields were sun protected, whatever. This biker guy did not, yeah, it's just so sickening. I don't know who's doing what, but I won't stop it. Yes, he was in Simi Valley living at his father's house. It's not really my place to say. I just found this out. So I was looking for the witness. He was a witness. He called me. I would never have known about him. He called them at 9 o'clock that night after the accident, left a statement, told me yes, Beauty Heathen, what a weird name, but she's helping out as well. Told me that the police told him not to worry about it. The biker made the mistake. The guy that owned the mailbox house told me, oh, your son was racing and doing a wheelie. No, he wasn't. For some reason, the bike backed up and flew through the air. So what hit the back tire? Keith's body is completely damaged on the left side. They tried to tell me it was the right side, but the left side, it's the left side all the way down, including the chest cavity, the hip, all of this. I mean, please, I just can't. They need to explain it to me. And they keep telling me, you're not my only client or only person. I didn't fucking say I was, but when your report doesn't make sense and your officer's saying this, How does he come to, I asked, this officer's name is Officer Lisenby. I'm such a bitch, but that's what's on the report. And he told the coroner my son was going 100 miles an hour. How did you determine that 2 hours after my child died? Were you there? Were you there? My friends, my friends was killed Friday. And oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. See, they pull out, they cause it. Nobody's fucking running off the road for no reason. Anyway, I was going to say that to you. Lori, that ran the teen project in Vera's shelter, I have a receipt from the bike shop. It says oil change, but you don't keep a bike for 3 days for an oil change. George was with him. George picked him up the first day and went back to pick it up with him. And George said Keith took the clutches in there, and they even went back on the 28th of July because the bike, sometime around 1 or 2, George sent me the video. The bike wasn't done because the clutches weren't on. And then they came back and did it, okay? There you go. That's right. So, yeah, everybody's no one's telling the truth. And when I went to the house of the mailbox, no offense to the guy, but Deanna and I showed up the next day. Lori got the pictures that morning. The next day, the mailbox was completely, yes, we did look for malfunctions. No, somebody saw the car cut Keith off. He was cut off, I know it. Somebody saw it, and they've already told us, they just don't know who's driving the car. But anyway, the mailbox guy's talking to Deanna and I, and I'm just going to ask you to picture this. So we go to his house. He said he didn't hear. He was in the back or in his office. And then his workers heard and went out. He didn't. But now I've heard from another witness that he was with his worker. So anyway, and he's on his porch and he starts crying. So meanwhile, my son's been dead less than 24 hours. I'm in complete fucking shock. Deanna's taking notes. We're in complete fucking shock. Okay, Deanna's in shock. I'm in shock. And I just can't make myself not do it. And, yeah, I don't know where John is. John came out and measured himself next to the mailbox on Saturday because I made him. Hi, Anthony from Toronto. Anyway, John was sick right after Keith died. And then everybody just went along with the police. I did not. Actually, Jason didn't either. Jason did not, but you know, they talk to you and you're like, what if your kid was doing this? But when I saw the tape of Keith going through the intersection, like Stacy told me, she's like, he's upright on the bike in the correct position and she rides. So like, no, just shut the fuck up. He died within 40 feet. Come on. No, something he moved out of the way of, or, you know, whatever. Anyway, the point is the guy in the mailbox house who did not have he has his mailbox cemented in and it ripped Keith's thigh off, his leg off, okay? Like, honestly. Yeah, I'm probably still getting threats and I don't care. Do what you got to do. Oh, I'm sorry yeah, well, they took that down. I'm sorry your father passed. It's horrible when somebody passes for whatever reason, you know, whatever. I look 45. Thank you. I feel 105. No, they took the whole cross out this time. But anyway, the mailbox house gentleman that runs the business out of his backyard with all of the people working there, and they're going to be scared because, you know, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, what happened is he's telling Deanna and I, and it's the next afternoon, he's fixed the mailbox, removed the tire tracks. Thank God Lori had a tire track and Melody had one from that day. But Lori's I can blow up. They removed the tire tracks. They put in another mailbox. I walked out of that man's house and the mailbox was on the garbage. I should have fucking grabbed it to see if there was paint from my son's bike on there or fibers. I did not, and I could kick myself in the ass, but I did take pictures of it. Anyway, the mailbox man house proceeded in me telling him that my son's dead on the ground there and he knows it. 12 hours later, not more than 24, starts telling me how his mother died. So this gentleman is about 75. I'm assuming his mother is 80, 90, whatever. I'm very sorry for him. But what was the distraction at the time that my son died? Why are you telling me that when it's clear that this is like 1 day later and my son... So it took me a while because I actually ended up comforting him. Do you see my son just died? Do you see the bait and switch there, the manipulation? That's what, yes, Keith's bike did have a computer in it. And they said that it was, they tried to tell me he was going 130. Now I have footage of him 40 feet before he dies. So he was not going 130. What happened is when he launched up for whatever reason, hi from Manchester, England, when he launched up, I think it got stuck in RPMs because Bobby's husband, Lucas, is like, the tire track is all the pressure and the bike's up. We do know that the bike was straight up in the air because it was pushed up, and whatever happened when he was trying to avoid it, I don't know if that's when his leg got cut, got severed, because he has a partial amputation of the leg and the hip. So the femoral artery broke. So probably whatever, the clutch, it bounced up. Yeah, exactly. So that's it. Yeah, I don't know who took Keith's cross. We just put it up the day before he died, and they took it down the day after he's launched from being hit. Thank you. Because, yeah, and he was launched on the cement because Paige's dad looked at the bike the day after. No, 5 days after, because the police held it hostage and denied that I can't even. They had no need to tow it to the shitty tow yard, and the bitch at the tow yard was lying to my face. I had to get the cop on the phone and say to the cop, is this bitch lying, or are you lying about sending in the paperwork? And he's like, it's not even supposed to be on hold. So they were lying at the Ross Baker tow yard in Chatsworth or Northridge or wherever the fuck it was. The little bitch behind the counters lying to a grieving mother about releasing her son's mangled bike. Okay, costing $600. Costing $600, yeah. When they didn't even have to tow it. Jason had motorcycle tow. We could have towed it to our house. Yeah, exactly. Oh, thank you. Happy birthday from Newmarket. Yeah, so the cross is gone again. Yeah, it was gone the day after Keith 1 year later. Every single thing. Now, understand, yeah, the highway patrol could take the crosses down, but they tried it in the 3-day time frame twice and then removed it. So it'll be going up again. And highway patrol should not be on a city street. Highway patrol is on the highway. So this is somebody on a city street, not highway patrol, because it's a city street. It's not a highway. It's an actual street in the city. So highway patrol usually doesn't come off. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's what I was going to say. And so I talked to a guy in the rehab. He reminded me of John Malkovich. He was in his 30s, blonde hair, blue eyes, nice blue eyes. And he got my flyer, and he called me after me and Deanna were there. And Bobby was on the FaceTime. So Bobby and Lucas were on the FaceTime. Me and Deanna were walking up and down the road. So anyway, I'm not going to say his name, but his initial was D and his last name's with an M. He's at that rehab. I don't know if he was one of the patients or one of the helpers. Anyway, he texted me. He started saying, you know, have you checked this? Have you checked that? He said he had a child that died. He wanted to go hiking with me. So he was like that kind of person. So I kept talking to him. And then I said, could you please tell me what happened to my son on the day that he died? Because you were living there and you have a straight shot view. Then he told me I needed to step away from it. I needed not to check with their former patient, Johnny, the guy I talked to on the day Keith died, because Johnny was a liar and a psycho. Even if he is a liar and a psycho and a frauder, what this guy said. Then he blocked me on Facebook. Then he shut down. Then 2 weeks after that, yes, exactly. The demons are engraved. You're exactly right. The 2 rehabs changed their name, kept their house, and then moved locations. Yeah. I feel like I'm in hell. It's all a clusterfuck. But here's what I wanted to say. I've droned on enough about this. But here's what I wanted to say about that. No, seriously, but we found them. It doesn't matter. I went to their new place. I went with Bobby and I stalked on their new place. John came with me in the car. We drove by and John's like, fucking keep driving. They're on the driveway. You're going to get shot. Drive. He's like that. I'm going to find out where you are because I need to fucking know so I can serve you with subpoenas. So there you go. But here, I know John's like, we're going to get shot. This is what we did when we went out to my birthday dinner, because I can't let it go now because it's just, I fucking know something and I just get the psychic Tourette's like when Keith died, period. Yes, it's a new tattoo and it's really flaky and my little beetle is crazy. It looks like it's all smushed together, but you can see him. He's just festering right now. Yes, rehab mogul Bantham's empire was taken over. Right, Christopher Bantham. Everybody Google him. Because that's what we're talking about. So we know, this is not really cool. So we know what happened. Anyway, everybody's avoiding the truth. But here's what I'm going to say. Here's what I am going to say. let's look at it this way. I don't think it's necessarily personal to me. What I will say is, if you are a public employee paid by our tax dollars, motherfuckers, which the police department is a Masonic group in its concept, Masonic lower level Luciferian lower level Illuminati setup in order to cause chaos from the beast system. Okay? The beast system, and you know when they're there. Not every cop is a Freemason, but the system is Freemason, okay? That's why it's run. Why are you my authority? You're not my fucking authority. Yeah, I've got the tattoo cream. I've got it on. And I use coconut oil and I use hustle butter because I just like the name hustle butter. It's like hustle butter. So I put that on. Anyway, the Freemasons run the establishment. The Freemasons are the worker bees, or the ones that disperse to the community under the guise of, we're going to help the community, we're going to teach your young. And then there's female versions, male versions. Anyway, the Freemasons are fucking everywhere. Bobby did background history on my birth family, which I know my birth mom. When my mom was little, my grandparents were Freemasons. Church come from out of the country. So I was given up for adoption. So they're probably trying to get even because the sins of the fathers, 7 generations back, ancestral curse, something like that going on. It's not necessarily that you personally did anything. It's that everybody going back generations. So every time you try to do something in your life and you're good, your kids, your grandkids, you're on this planet, if you have one kid that does something shitty, no, the Freemasons are fucking bad. Yeah, my mom gave me up across the country. She literally took me across the country in Canada, gave birth to me, never told anybody till I found her when I was 23. And then she came for Jason's birth and came for Keith's birth. And she died when they were little. Maybe Keith was like 10. So anyway, yeah, my grandfather was high up. And you have to ask Bobby. She sent it all to me. Yeah, Bobby thinks my mom saved me from it because my grandfather was high up in it. So, I mean, they were high up practicing in this shit. Also in religion. You see? So they go through everything and they disperse, right? Knights of Columbia, Shriners, all of it. Look at the Flintstones with their poopah hats on. Remember? They were mimicking the Freemasons and Gazoo, the alien. Hello, on Fred's back, right? So, no, I shouldn't have to fight from a public agency about my son, and they shouldn't be fucking closing me down, shutting me up, calling me crazy. I am very offended. I'm not crazy. That's why I don't drink or do drugs. I learned that Eastern Star. Exactly. Your mom was an Eastern Star. Exactly. I should not have to spend my life not drinking and drugging in order to keep my integrity so that my intellect is heard. Because otherwise, they would just throw you off like a... Yeah, I've gotten sleep. I just slept for 6 hours today. If you look at it, being a former stripper and sex worker, if I was drunk and high and they murdered me, they wouldn't even look into my murder because I wouldn't be relevant. That's how they have our society thinking. She's a whore, she's not relevant. She's a this, she's not relevant. Her son was racing on a motorbike, he killed himself. No, he didn't, okay? Somebody ran him off the road. There's no way he went off a straight fucking road and just went random 40 feet from an intersection where he's upright on his bike for no reason, headed to the freeway. If anything, he would go really fast on the freeway because everybody fucking bombs down that freeway. So they're not telling the truth, but the fact that they call a grieving mother who is not on the dole from the government is bullshit. It's bullshit, okay? It's bullshit. Oh, I know, right? During their hospitals, I know. It's bullshit. It's complete and utter crap, okay? So it is crap. What do you mean if I knew what happened, how will that help? Shut the fuck up with that comment. Shut up till your kid dies. I don't wish it on you, but shut the fuck up. Don't ask me dumb questions like that. Here's how it helps. The truth is the truth. The truth is not confusing. The truth is simply the truth. If you know somebody got shot and you can prove they got shot and you can prove who did it, it's the truth. If you're convoluted a bunch of shit and you find witnesses after the fact, it's not okay. It's not okay. So go fuck yourself And I hope it doesn't, even if you're a troll, I think they're bots. I'm not even going to respond. It's not closure. It's not going to be closure to me. It's not closure. But I like the truth. I like the truth. That's all. I want to know who did it. And I want the person who left the scene to fucking know that I know that they left the scene. Got it? Got it? And here, you know, my biggest argument with John when it happened is he's like, well, if they're drunk or they're addicts going into the rehab, right? He's like, of course they're going to leave the scene. Here's my problem with all addicts that get in cars and drive. Go ahead and kill yourself. Go ahead and do whatever the fuck you want. But when you get in a car and drive and you want to avoid responsibility for your fucking actions because you killed somebody else's family member, no. Stay there and take your punishment. You're never going to go to jail for more than 3 years because they don't care if you kill. They don't care. They only care if you rob a bank. Then you're going to jail for 25 years. So if you're going to do that, have some guts, you pathetic pussy ass bitches, and stay there and do it. But you're too concerned about yourself. That's why you're an addict. Okay? That's why you're an addict. That's why you take pills. That's why you shoot up. That's why you're a drunk fucking asshole, because you have no fucking courage. Take responsibility. And John's like, well, I'm not saying it's right. It's just what they do. If society stops saying, well, they were drunk or they were high or they were on pills, if society stopped accepting that and saying, throw away the key, really throw away the key if they leave an accident, not if they're drunk or high or an addict, but throw away the fucking key when they cause an accident, you know, please. There is no excuse for that. If you're the coward that left, you deserve to be brutally fucking attacked for your actions because you killed someone else's family and you're a fucking coward. So that's what you are. You're not getting away with anything. You're not getting away with anything. Fuck you and your cowardice. You are a coward. None of us want to be in jail. None of us want to take accountability I would be horrified if on a sober day I ran into somebody, okay? Horrified. I would want to hide. I wouldn't be able to live the rest of my life, but not everybody is like that. Addicts are like, oh my God, I was drunk. I don't want to get arrested for drunk driving. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're drunk. You can't even fucking see straight. Get off the road. Get off the psych meds. Get off whatever it's you're on and get out of a car. I mean, please. They're narcissistic on their drugs, and they could very well be narcissists. They're pieces of shit if you leave an accident. All of these witnesses, I have 11 people around my son's body. I don't know who they are, but they were there before any help arrived. Where did those people come from? That's right, the rehab and the cabinet company making place. They came from inside there. You people and the cars and all of that. Yeah, a lot of people are killed by drunk drivers, but apparently we have a fucking pandemic, right? We have a pandemic that's 99.8% curable. Meanwhile, bars are open, liquor stores are open, pot shops are open, and children are dying. That's what I say. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Somebody does pick you up. Good point. They leave their car, hide their car, and somebody picks them up. I've had enough of it. But what I think I find the most offense to, I find the most offense that somebody in the police department, a police officer paid by the public and my money as well, okay, and my Keith's family as well, has the utter audacity to call the mother of a dead child crazy. You should go fuck yourself, officer, whatever your fucking name is. I got to get the name. But there's 2 witnesses to that, and you should go fuck yourself. Right up the ass is what you should do. Seriously. How dare you do that? Who do you think you are? Who do these police think they are that do that? Who do they think they are, really? I'm not crazy. And I'd like to take an IQ test. Yeah, I'd like to take a fucking IQ test with this person. I'd really like to take an IQ test. Because you don't deserve to fucking deal with the public. So, whatever. Bobby's a professional calling on behalf of a friend. So you're going to call the friend crazy, the mother of the dead kid? I mean, what are you even doing? Even if you think I'm a crazy fucking bitch, which I'm not, okay? Because I don't work for your government agency. I'm not under restriction. I can speak and say what I fucking want. And it's my son, and how dare you? But having said that, where is it you think you're going to get in life calling people names? Keep it in your head. Keep it in the file cabinet up in your head. You loser cop. You are the loser, and I'm calling you that. And I will be writing it in your packet when I find out who you are. According to the phone records in the conversation, I will be putting it in your packet because you're a douche. Anyway, you are not like my friend who has the utmost respect for her families and that. But here's the thing, even if you don't like the questions, it's your job. Even if you think I'm a crazy hoe bag who's high on meth, you don't tell the person that or say it. Keep it to yourself. Talk to your buddies. Okay, talk to your buddies. I'm not crazy though. I wasn't crazy. I went completely numb and I knew something happened. And I got the case reopened 3 times. We just can't find the driver that turned into the driveway. That's what happened. Somebody swerved in like that. Yeah, I have a girl voice. He was talking down to me and very, of course they're condescending. Of course, take the uniform off, take the gun away from them, put them out on the sidewalk, and then come up against a grieving mother. That's what I would say. And then come up. And you know what? Do you know what they did too? They talked about the toxicology test with my son, giving out medical information off the coroner's report to Bobby. Yes, Keith had weed residue in his body, but was not actively high. They decided that it was okay to talk about every single thing in his body from the week prior, just fucking throw it out there like that and tell Bobby that, and then make that the point of why he died. That's not why he died. And here's what I'm going to say, even if you're on weed or even if you are whatever, it doesn't mean someone didn't cut you off. So let's deal with the fucker that left the scene of the crime. Oh my God, right? Yes, new tattoo. I keep doing it. It's flaking like crazy. Anyway, they just talked down to Bobby like I was some crazy mental patient. I'm not a crazy mental patient. Officer Stacy saw the coroner's report immediately. I gave her access. She went to her drug people that she deals with, the drug reinforcement people. She asked them what each thing meant on there, and she said, don't worry about this. This is probably this, and this has nothing to do with anything. So she put my ease at mind. These other people just kept throwing it at me. It was just really, I know they violated the medical law. Who are these fucking people? Who are they? So I'm not done, and they may kill me. They may arrest me. It doesn't matter. Go for it. Because I'm telling you right here, I didn't kill myself. I'm not committing crimes. And if a psychic gets arrested for being a fucking psychic, then so what? Well, I was in PTSD, absolutely. But thank you, Mindy. I was in PTSD, but it didn't stop me from getting out and finding the witnesses myself that no one ever told me were there. Hello? Some of them they didn't even write down. Bobby found the witnesses. There you go. Thank you, Ashley. Ashley is a witness. That's right. No, they're breaking the HIPAA law. They think nothing of it. And when you're a prostitute and you end up missing, they call you a hoe and go, well, she probably overdosed and no, it's your job to find prostitutes too. Prostitutes walked with Jesus. Remember that. Remember that. Remember that. Whatever your title is in this life, you don't get to fucking determine when you're in a position of a healing and authority. We have no other authority other than the police department. Yes, Hell's Angels and skinheads. We found out about it. This is why Ryan would have mentioned my son's ethnicity. Thank you, Mindy. I need a coffee. This is why they would have, Ryan, the witness, kept mentioning he would have hung out with my son because he was white. And I thought that was an odd comment. It was a fucking odd comment. It's like, I'm sorry, what? That's very odd. That's an odd comment. And how can I prove this? I had my video camera because I was videotaping one of my lives when he called. And so my video camera ran the whole conversation because I had my phone on speakerphone because I didn't have my earplugs in because I was doing something like this with my fucking video camera on. So I actually have the conversation saved while I'm sitting in front of here. I never turned it off. I just answered the phone. So I have the conversation saved. And the conversation, he's talking about my son being white. And I'm like, he goes, yeah, I saw a cool motorbike. And I thought, that sounds like skinheads. Or white supremacists. Now, George, when skinheads, thank you. When George was there, right? Yeah, the system is not set up for us. When George got to Keith, okay, because George was held back at the light. When George got to Keith, the first thing he did after Keith died, when I got to my house, John's house, and I got to my house, George said some skinhead, he said some white supremacist was screaming at me. George said that because George has brown skin. Got it? George said that. George is a little bit darker, that's all. Somebody said that to George. His friend is dying on the fucking ground and somebody's yelling at George. And George used the word white supremacist, literally. Turns out that apparently that was an issue. My son was white. So whoever ran him off the road, oh my God, right? I know, who's mentioning skin color? It's just my son. I wasn't, like, I'm a white lady and he's my son. But anyway, witness number one is, he's witness number two actually is dead at this point. So we just found that out. Yeah. So that is not, George is a good friend. I don't care what color George is. That's exactly right. And I know witness number two is dead 7 months after. Deanna came every step of the way with me. All of Keith's friends, Deanna came every step of the way. George wrote out his whole statement within an hours of Keith dying. Everything he remembered, including the Cadillac that pulled up with the two guys that looked like gangbangers. Oh my God. Looked like gangbangers, pulled up, asked him if he needed a lawyer. Yeah, Keith was a white male. We're endangered species. Exactly. But the point is, it's very odd. Like, my son's dead. I don't really care what color he is. Because when I saw him, he was turning gray. All right? So, yeah, his whiteness was going away. The body was dying. So, at that point, he's a spirit, neither white nor nothing. But poor George was yelled at going up to his friend. I mean, he was yelled at. And he was screaming at, yeah, I mean, seriously. He was literally yelled at. Deanna was with me. We walked house to house to house to house to house. Ad nauseum. The whole street is full of rehab. So you know they're setting up hit and runs, this and that. We can't find the guy that died on August 29th coming on Mason Street from the same bike club. We can't, I know, pixies are not white, exactly. We can't find that kid. Melody sent me that citizen's report. That kid, there's no mention of a funeral, no mention of nothing. Then another kid died a year. Well, we don't know. There was a bike accident Bobby sent me on the 29th of July this year, same street, feet from where Keith died. Where is that one? No, it was 729. 729. Yes, you got accepted into the Melungian DNA. You've got to explain that to people. Yeah, so it was really George is Keith's friend. Definitely George is Keith's friend. So it's just really weird. Now I have to shut up. But anyway, to get to my point, the Freemasons are on Mason Street. Yes, on Mason fucking Street. Yes, on Mason Street. Oh my God, I didn't think of that. Oh my fucking God, I didn't think of that. I'm quoting you there. Breezy Windflower, I'm quoting you. It just keeps getting worse, I know. But anyway, no, George didn't die. Oh God, no, George didn't die. Ryan, the witness, died 7 months after Keith. I was blowing his phone up this week for some reason. I was blowing his phone up looking for him because I've been leaving him messages and it says you've reached Ryan and I'm not in, right, you know, the usual message thing. But it was like going, so I figured like I did figure there was something wrong. He wasn't getting back to me. Oh, there you go. So you know George too. That's the George, exactly. Was there a Freemason? Was there a Masonic temple? You know what? I don't know. I never thought of looking that up. Wait, what? Come back here. Come back here. Come back here. Zephyr was a guy named Ryan that died. Oh, you're answering them. Sorry, I thought you said Zephyr was there. Anyway, or however you pronounce that. But it was really interesting because Ryan was going to walk the street with me. He said he did not see how Keith died on DeSoto Avenue, But a month to the day of Keith's death, a kid who was Keith, 2 years older than Keith, named Alex something, Armenian last name, died coming from Wheels in Motion on Mason Street. Mason, the street behind Keith, in the same block behind Keith. Yes, the Buddhist temple. Keith died in front of the Buddhist. Well, he landed in front of the Buddhist temple. So yeah, something else is bizarre. But what I wanted to tell you about the Freemasons, okay, the Freemasons are set up in all positions of authority because they are the worker bees for, quote, the elite Illuminati, whatever you want to call them, the Satanists, the Luciferians, the people of the blood cult, the aliens, the reptilians, the fucktards, I don't care, whatever name. The Freemasons are set out to establish authoritarian, the cabal. Yeah, they are set up, the blood cabal, the blood cult. They're set up to establish authority over us. You know, the idiots that think if we pay our taxes, we're going to be treated right. No, they're just going to fucking fuck with you. So really, as a group of collective people, we have to stop doing that. And people have to, Desoto is the name of the street, or the Rothschilds, or the other one. I can't think of him. Yeah, we are disgusting to them. And they're so stupid that every single authoritative, the borders, what do you call them? When you go through customs, the border control, the customs, all of these people, Rockefellers, Rothschilds, all of these people are set up. All of these people are set up in positions of authority through the Masonic mindset because they go out and they do the charities. Your good deeds outweigh your bad. No, your good deeds do not outweigh your bad. If you murder somebody over here and you do 1,000 good deeds, this murder is still, you are accountable for it, period. So going into Catholic Church and saying the rosary beads ain't going to help. I'm just saying. It's not going to help in any way. You are not absolved from it until you yourself make amends. And by doing thousands of things over here is not going to help you. That's bullshit. And that is actually Luciferian. Your good deeds outweigh your bad. No, they don't. It depends what your bad deed is. If you rape a 2-year-old or a 2-month-old, there's no good deeds going to outweigh that. Sorry, not going to happen. So, you know, I'm not God, but I'm just going to say you're going to have to be standing in atonement for that. So the Masons run everything that we call authority. No, I didn't watch the Freemason show. Yale has turned out many. Duke has turned out many. Stanford has turned out many. And I know what it is. And a lot of these women marry into families with these people. Yes, it's public sacrifice. I know what they're doing. I know Masons run Hollywood. That's what it is. And Masons is another word for Satanist, okay? Scientology, Satanist. Sorry if I'm offending. Churches are cults. That's what they do. They run these churches. Been a psychic hit all this stream. What's been a psychic hit? Come back and tell me. You just, oh, you did the harmonic egg. So great. So great. Oh my God, so great. Yeah, Brad Pitt's a 33 Mason. You have to kill to do that. Fuck them. My number is fuck you and fuck off. And I hate, oh, you hate Jesus. I thought you said you hate jeans. No, I hate jeans too, and I love Jesus. So whoever you are, you're entitled to your opinion, but fuck off and get off my channel. I believe in all of the light workers, Jesus, Buddha, Allah, all of them. 33 equals 1. Wait, how does 33 equal 1? They hate Jesus. No, I know. I thought they said jeans. Fuck them. Who could hate? I know. Why do you hate Jesus? Jesus was all love and light. And by the way, they fucking sacrificed him. So here's another thing. When we look into this world and we see things like, I hope I get justice. It's not even that I want justice. I want the person who ran my son off the road, did a U-turn, cut him off, whatever it is. I want them. Yes, Tamara Magdalene, I don't know if I say that correct, is absolutely fantastic. Her vision through her videos are very stylishly done, getting straight to the fucking point, and she's on point, that girl. So 100,000 times go to her channel. Of course, they sacrificed Jesus. QAnon. Go look at Tamara Magdalena. I'm so sorry if I butcher your name. I apologize. But Q, the letter, okay, is apparently when you turn it around, it's the button for the New World Order. Go watch her video on that. I never thought about, I wasn't a Q person, so, and I'm not a voting person, and I'm not, a Jesus freak. I'm none of those things, but No, go to her channel, Tamara Magdalene. Yeah, right there. Marie spelled it correctly. Go watch her video on that letter in the alphabet. It's quite interesting, okay? I don't know who Kelly Coffee is. Who is that? Tell me who Kelly Coffee is. If I didn't live what I'm living with my sons, and they expect me to shut the fuck up and just be grateful that they bothered to write down that my son died of his own accord, hitting 3 fixed objects for no reason whatsoever when 40 feet before he's upright on the bike going to the freeway in the middle lane, and there's no reason. He just decided, I think I'll go across 2 lanes of traffic, over a curb, up a hill, and into a fucking mailbox for no fucking reason. No, I know Chris Fleming. I worked on a TV show with him. So, yeah, I know that. Anyway, what I would say is I was watching Tesla over there. I think number 9. No, number 9 is God's, yeah, Keithy died. Keith was an 11. No, Keith was a 9, but his number was always 11 in basketball and everything. But what the hell was I going to say? No, 666 equals 9. 9 is the number. Deanna told me this. 9 is the number of God. And of course, Satan is a copycat. So they do 666, which equals 9, which equals 18, which equals 9, which is the number of completion, which is the number of God to ascend into God's, the Jesuits. Exactly. The Jesuits are piles of crap as well. Right? And I love it when people say conspiracy theory. Here's what I'm going to say about that. If you dare to call people conspiracy theory. 1957, the first reports of pedophile priests in the Catholic Church. Families were shut down. Families were told to fuck off. Priests were continued and moved out of the neighborhood into other child-compiled neighborhoods and parishes behind everyone's back. And guess what? It's not a conspiracy theory, it's a fact. And it is a fact that my son's body was moved. And it is a fact from the video, if you look at the video, that the witness statement is lying. One of them is. And it's a fact that the police are lying about the speed that my son was going, according to the 2 witnesses that say different. That's all in fucking writing. I'm not crazy. I'm not nothing. That's a fact. If you have a little minute brain in your head, split brain, asshole. Split. Use your brain. Add your numbers. Add your numbers, bitches. Okay? In the police department, in the traffic valley. And yes, I'm calling them out. And yes, I'm going to continue to call them out. And yes, I'm going to put complaints in their packets. Their packets follow them for their lifetime in the police department. Who told me that? My homicide friend, Terry Kibido, from years ago. He would be John's age. He'd be turning 76. He passed away, I think, from lung cancer. Terry was a homicide cop. Told us that, okay? Great detective, like Stacy. So John had a friend that was a homicide detective, and I have one. So please, I just don't like. He told me to do it put it in their packets. Go to internal affairs. I know no one cares what I'm saying. I know I'm not relevant on this planet. I know I'm not special. I know I'm nobody. I know that, but it doesn't matter. I'm still going to do it. If I'm nobody, it won't bother them that I put complaints in their packet about the way I was treated. As in, this does not match in the police report, and stop calling me fucking crazy. I mean, come on. I'm a number 9. Keith was a number 9. I'm a number 9. John's a number 9 and Jason's a 6. That's what we are. I am who I am. And if I am crazy, who says I'm not right either? Right? Oh my fucking God, right? Do you? Okay, there you go. Yeah, I know. I'm an annoying 5. I was a 5 as a kid because they changed my name after I was adopted out. So 2 years after I was born, my name was changed for a while and I was a 5. But my birth name is a 9. And my life path is a 9. So, no, wait, I'm a 7. My birth name is a 7 and an 8. That's 15. I'm a 7. 7 and 8. Wait, 7, 14, 15, 6. No, I'm a 6 with that one. I'm so confused with that name. And then my adopted name, which is different, is, oh, you're a number 1. You certainly are a number 1. And then I was a 5 with my adopted name. So, I'm drinking water out of a Starbucks cup. Apparently, they don't have the big cups anymore because they're not being sent into Starbucks, but I always drink water with my coffee. And I had to get a coffee because I slept for 6 hours in the middle of the day for no reason whatsoever. And that's what I did. I think you run your name, so add up the numbers in your name. So my birth name was only 2 names. So my birth name, and then my adopted name was 3 names, and the 3 names was a 5, and the 2 names was an 8 and a 7. Why can't I add that? 15, which is 6. What is wrong with me? And then your life path is your birth date, your year. So like mine's August 15th, 1966. And I am now officially fucking 55, y'all. 55. 55, bitches. That's what I am. What feels really good about being 55 is I can't possibly live 50 more years. So I'm closer to dying, and that feels really good. Because I truly hate this planet, and I'm reluctantly, and I've always been reluctant, but I'm fucking reluctantly going in. I'm on this planet while this bullshit is happening. And if I have to listen to idiots say, you need to wear a face covering. And I have a couple of people I know that came back into town from out of town that apparently tested positive for the crotch 19. But it's interesting, nobody's dead yet, okay? Nobody's dead. Just nobody's dead, all right? No, I don't like being alive. I don't like being alive. I am a 55-year-old woman that literally gets fucking no men. Don't message me. I'm not saying it because I want men. But I went through a separation and am in the middle of a divorce 2 years later, and the only man I have is my former husband. There isn't another man that approaches. There isn't one. There isn't one man that says, there's not one man. So for women on this planet, I don't know, all these women go around, like there's Bo Derek who married her boyfriend, younger, 14 years younger. I would call him her handler, because ain't nobody fucking knocking down my doors to get a piece of ass. Not even the ex. It's weird. Of course, he's afraid I would punch him. Not yet, not in 2 years. I mean, not one person. It's like, so I give up on that. So I'm just going to write things on my body like, fuck you, fuck off, and things like that, because I'm dead inside too. I'm totally dead inside. I'm fucking dead inside. I died when Keith died. So, you know, they tell you to, you know, this is what they tell you on this planet. Don't do drugs, don't drink. Get your, 5 years. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I got my vibrators, but I don't even care about that. But what I'm saying is they tell you, keep your face young, keep your body young, do all of this. Nobody gives a fuck if you're a woman really over the age of 30. This has been my experience. Nobody cares. Literally nobody fucking cares. So I should have been smoking crack. I may start smoking crack just because. And I am going to tattoo fuck off on my neck because I want the people walking behind me to know what I think of them. Even if I like you, because I've always wanted to do that. There you go. Your vibrator broke from lack of use. Yeah, this planet is just like, I don't know. Well, I don't know if sex is overrated. I ain't getting any. Literally not. Yeah, I am going to write fuck you or fuck you and fuck off back here. I really want to do that. You know why? Because I was told always don't get a tattoo because you won't like it when you get older. Like, who gives a fuck? Nobody going to be fucking seeing it. Doesn't fucking matter, right? It doesn't fucking matter. Doesn't matter what you do. Nothing matters. There's old, no, I shouldn't say this. There's women that are what we would consider not taking care of themselves, not doing this, not doing that. And they get all kinds of men. They're drunk and high all day long. Ones that exercise, ones that, do this and do that and do this and do that. Not getting a date. Yeah, ratchet ass men, exactly. Fucking ratchet ass men. I just got my first ones at 54. LSD, that's what I fucking need. I need some more LSD. Then I can have a pretend affair in my head with some pretend person from the other side. Yeah, see, I mean, let's see. Yeah, I know. Men can't handle me because I'm going to tell you if you don't communicate. My thing is, if you do not communicate, even if I annoy the fuck out of you, yeah. Why are they scared though? Why are men scared of a person who is honest and upfront about everything. Why are they scared of that? Would they prefer that I just sit back and do what they tell me to do? Yes, pot is very legal. Yeah, pot is very, very fucking legal. Yeah, everybody drives around. They're cowards. They're pussy ass cowards. And I don't want to use the word pussy because I like mine, but they're bitches and they need tampons because they are cowards. Thank you, Ashley. They're really cowards. They can't handle Ashley either because we speak the truth. And I'm not going to sit there at dinner and listen to your nonsense, you know, about bullshit. No, I'm not going to do it. And they like games. I don't like any games. You're upfront. I actually have one friend that's a guy friend who's pretty upfront. He's very nice, upfront, all of that. But it's not that. But he's pretty honest and upfront. And there's no games. There's no trying to put you down or, not calling you or bullshit like that. Like, what is that? Are you 5? Like, they're afraid of intimacy and they can't handle like, that. They need tampons, really. Yeah, they're I know, Bobby's got the gummies. I know, right? There you go. Do they have they have coffee shops all over Los Angeles. I used to have a great time at my coffee shop with all of my friends. They all worked in the studios. They were on many different shows. They all knew about Kevin Spacey. They worked these were like grips, craftsmen and cameramen for years. Yes. Shrooms. Yeah, beta males. I know, they're all pussy ass bitches. I can't stand it. It's like, fuck, can you communicate? Can you fucking speak? Do you know how to speak? Bunnies kill pain, no psychedelic. There you go, no psychedelic, exactly. Yeah, they're truth wussies. I don't know. I can't handle it. Like, if I don't like the way you talk to me, listen, I literally can't stand people that go, I didn't want to have that discussion with you, so I just avoided you. Shut the fuck up, you bitch. Shut up and have the discussion. It's called being honest and it's called communication. And if you don't know how to communicate, then you're never going to go anywhere in life. So all the trickery you're doing and all the women you're trying to get money from and all that, you're going to end up alone and you're going to end up with nothing because you're not speaking the truth and you don't have the courage to acknowledge your own shit. So there. Yeah, of course. Well, they all know about it. But see, Seth MacFarlane, I ate dinner beside him one time. What restaurant was I in? I didn't even know it was him. He's Canadian. I still didn't know. You can tell by that goofy ass haircut of his. But other than that, I couldn't tell. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, we birth. I know. Women are just powerful. No, dating a Scorpio moon. Yeah, well, Keithy was a Scorpio moon, but Keithy would tell me the truth. Keithy was blatantly truthful with me. He would say to me, I don't like you, when I would do something to him. I'll be like, Keithy. He's like, I haven't liked you for years. He would tell me. Then he would say, I love you. And then he would go in and out of that. I'm mad I'm not a lesbian. I know, right? Wouldn't it be easier to be a lesbian? No, you'd have women with their periods and PMS and, oh my God, no. Yeah, well, John's an Aries, but I'll give him credit for showing up. I'll give him credit because when he took me to dinner, I ripped him an asshole at dinner. I didn't mean to. It was about Keith. And it was his opinion of Keith, not of Keith. He loves Keith. But it was opinion of what happened. And I went bananas. So, yeah, no, I ran into Seth MacFarlane at dinner. But he didn't know. He doesn't know me and I didn't know it was him. I was having dinner somewhere down in Beverly Hills. We stopped. I cannot remember. Oh, we might have been at Ryan's, the hairdresser. My friend, the hairdresser that had a salon in Beijing and Los Angeles on Robertson. Anyway, Seth was in this restaurant. My friend said, look, that's Seth. And I'm like, who's Seth? Like, I was like, I don't care. I just was hungry, so I don't give a shit who's eating. Just, I'm a male lesbian. Good one. Good one. Anyway, what I can tell you about Family Guy and what Seth MacFarlane writes, he's definitely a sellout, period, and they're greedy, and I hate it that they're greedy. But there's no way that he picked up on that before Kevin Spacey without knowing about it. It's hidden in plain sight, and they're mocking us. They would never let him put that on TV, because I'm telling you, I worked in TV as an on-camera psychic, and the minimal amount of time that I worked, okay, on camera, even doing, oh my God, what's her name? Her Halloween show last year, Kelly Clarkson, they tell you what you are going to say and how you are going to say it. Not the reading, but they're like, you're going to sit here in the audience, you're going to put this costume on, you're going to call yourself this, and you're going to do this. Okay, so like they got to be able to trust you. You're not going to run off at the mouth and then you have to shut down production. But if Seth MacFarlane is writing those scripts, okay, if he's writing those fucking scripts, all right, they know what he's writing. Okay, so they know what he's writing. If he's writing it for Family Guy, okay, if he's writing it, then they are green lighting that script. They sit at a writer's table and they are green lighting it. It is hidden in plain sight. It is hidden in plain sight. They are mocking you because anybody hiring that cocksucker, Kevin Spacey, who, by the way, has a new show, okay, has a new show. 2 of his witnesses died. 1 got hit in a crosswalk. They love to run you over. They love to fucking do that. You know what they do? You know what they do. So let's just look at it this way. Something like Keith coming down. So they know when Keith, they orchestrate it when Keith leaves a bike shop. So they don't have the bike ready when they say they do, because Keith and George went. They don't do that. They got somebody going down a road. They program some drug addict's fucking mind because the demons live in the host bodies. And I don't care what you think about that. I cannot help it if you think it's literally what you think of this earth. We're humans and then there's heaven. No, people of all kinds of religions call in deities. And where are they fucking calling them into? Into their goddamn bodies, right? So something just aligns for a split second, steps into a human being's body, pushes a soul out, puts their foot on the gas and runs over somebody or runs them off the road. It's a portal. That's what they do. Yes, Bill Cosby too, of course. That's what that is. That's what it is. Yes, people don't know they're calling things in, but if you're doing drugs and alcohol, get a clue. What do you think it means? Mind-altering substance. What's in your mind? Your pineal gland, your connection to source. Mind-altering. What does that mean? What does it mean if it doesn't mean mind-altering? I hear us excuse alcoholics way too much in our society. They got the winos, they are showing things now. Yes, exactly. Ashley gets it 100%. 100%. Oh, Leonardo DiCaprio's a gay kid that sold out when he was like 10 years old or 14. I mean, give me a break. It's sigil magic. It's hidden in plain sight. It's mocking. Every Rock Hudson movie, which, I fucking love my Rock Hudson. Every Rock Hudson movie, he's a sellout in a dress. That's a humiliation ritual. He's working with Doris Day in a dress. He's gay as can be. Oh, Cardi B. Of course. I mean, just look at Cardi B. Just watch her. Yeah, good for you, Deborah. I loved Rock Hudson. He was so handsome. They mock God. When they pray to God, they're not praying to your God. That's where we make a mistake. Just because I wouldn't do something to somebody and you wouldn't do something to somebody doesn't mean that they're not doing something to somebody, because they don't have the same values. And you can tell them once they sell out, okay? Once they sell out. And what do I mean by sell out? Join the cult of Scientology. There, I said it. Join the cult of Scientology. Become a Scientology. Follow their rules. Do their stuff. Get your paybacks for it. Climb the ladder. Hide your secrets. Blackmail you. Hide your secrets. Blackmail you. Hide your secrets. Come to the dinner party. What was that comedian's name? Oh my God. What was the comedian? He was offered $50 million and he turned it down. Yes, Ashley. Ashley met me in the process of that. Fucking Ashley has gone through this, and she got Dave Chappelle. Thank you. Ashley has gone through this. That poor girl, somehow her sister sent her to me though, Ashley. Remember that? Your sister, Soul. Yes, you met in 2011. I so forget. Ashley's sister sent her to me because she thought I would be helpful for her sister. I bet now she might think differently, but she literally thought I would be helpful. So somewhere her sister's soul on the God side came through to send Ashley to me for us to connect. I came to you because I was embarrassed for you to see my house. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you didn't need to be embarrassed of that. Oh my God, shut up. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, no, Ashley. Ashley was darling. Darling. Yes, raped in Africa. There you go. There you go. Dave Chappelle. Okay, so Dave Chappelle took off to I think it was South Africa. Talked to his cousins all the time. Yes, Jay Leno sent me to your sister. The Tonight Show. The Jay Leno Tonight Show. They used to send me out as a guest. That's how I met a lot of celebrities. Instead of sending them flowers, his production crew, lovely. I still know them. And one of them has a little nephew born on my birthday. They would send me out as the gift, okay? Instead of the flowers. And no, I'm not a hooker. I was too old. But I would show up at the celebrity's house or hotels, or they would come to me and I would do their readings for them. That's kind of how it worked for me. So then I ended up reading the Tonight Show staff, and they're lovely. Okay. And from Johnny Carson all the way along. So that's kind of how that happened for me. It was a gift to my sister. Yes, I was a gift to your sister, my reading. And then she sent you to me. Exactly. And so that's kind of how it happened. And Jay Leno's cars are down the street. From where I live, where Keith grew up and everything. So they're down the street. Yeah, thank you for that, you guys. Gift certificate. I'd show up at the door, knock, knock, knock. Hi, I'm not a hooker. Hi, I'm not a fucking hooker. If I am, I'm too old, and they'd be like really disappointed at that time. But anyway, Dave Chappelle, when you listen to him, he has a certain demeanor, right? Wait, what? His cars are down. Yeah, his cars are down. His cars are down here in Sunland Tahunga area. He keeps them out by the Burbank airport, but on the Sun Valley side, actually, you always see Jay Leno driving in the neighborhood. He goes up and down Sheldon Street in his cars. His cars get driven by people that work in the garage, okay? Like in the car garage, because he collects cars. All kinds of like cars. But Dave Chappelle never talked to his cousin after he came back from Africa, after he turned it down. So he tried to hi Jana, he tried to get away from the Illuminati. He tried to get away from it. And they didn't. They just captured him. And here's what happens. And I don't care if people believe this. It is the scariest fucking thing to me. Yes, no, I've got to watch your Dave Chappelle video. I will watch it. Oh, I think I did see it. I think I did see it. I think I did see it actually. But he's actually a clone now. Yeah, I believe he's a clone. When you tell people are clones, they look at you like you're batshit fucking crazy. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Dave Chappelle. He looks totally different. He's a clone. But here's what they do. They do. Ashley, what? Sloan, tell me, isn't Dave Chappelle? Yeah, I think he is a clone. Watch Ashley's video on Dave Chappelle. Let's build up Ashley's channel. Oh, you hugged him. Okay, definitely. I will. I don't think I listened to that one. Let's all up Ashley's channel in person. Oh my God, you know me. Yes, I know you. Oh my God. I've got to watch it. Okay, so here's the thing. Let's build up Ashley's channel. Go over to Ashley's channel and let's build it up so she gets more viewing, because she's an interesting life story and does interesting things. Okay, I hugged him in Montreal. My people in Montreal. I've got to I'll listen to your show as soon as I'm off of here. Okay, so the clone thing is interesting because I want to word it ever so slightly differently. If you die, OD, they have cleaners, handlers come in, like those little ocean trolls, Mary Kate and Ashley, the trolls. When they go to clean, right? Ashley, put your channel here for everybody. When they do that, I think it's Ashley's Yoga 420, but I'm probably wrong. So please forgive me. Ashley Cummings Yoga 420. I don't know if that's the correct channel though. But when we're looking at it, they take your brain. You got to understand, we are God-centered. So we have a portal. If they can stop that portal and stop you from going back to God, they can harness your energy over and over and over and over again. Reincarnation. They can avert or subvert your basic energy field. And then what? Thank you for the birthday wishes. So I have this fear that I think you've really got to pray to God. You really have to pray to God to connect. It's Ashley Cummings Yoga 420 on YouTube. Go and blow her channel up, please. And then listen to her and just give her support. Yay, Ashley, because she really is lovely in person and very flexible on top of it. But, she can bend in ways that I can run, but I cannot bend. And I don't know if she can run up a mountain. She probably could, but she's very bendy. I like bendy people. I've got to learn to be more bendy. But I feel a lot of people, yes, 420, like 420. I don't know much about clones, but the clones they're still beautiful. Jealous boomers in the chat. Yes. I feel we have to really get God-centered. Pray to Jesus, pray to God, or whomever it is you pray to, but God-centered. Because I think the reincarnation trap is just that. We are trapped for our energy. So if I die right now and they know my soul, they can see my soul because they can see who you are. We have no knowledge of that, and people think you're fucking crazy. They think you're fucking crazy, and it's not. What's to make you think that they aren't doing shit? I know they're doing shit under the world. I know this. I have no idea who's a celebrity, but I would say Cardi B. I would say the ones with a lot of money because they need to be able to control them. They need to be able to control them. And there are so many bots in society, disincarnate bodies. And people, this is why they call you crazy, because you say stuff like this, but you're not crazy because of this. You're not crazy. What's to make you think? I mean, they have robotic sex dolls. If they have synthetic sex dolls, that talk to you, and Surrey that talks to you, what is so crazy? I don't get what's so crazy. I don't get what's so crazy. So there you go. Yes, she is related to Whitney. Whitney is her sister. That's how I met Ashley, was through her sister. And I was given, her sister was given a reading from me through Jay Leno's Tonight Show, through one of their bookers. So that's actually how that happened, which is great. Yeah, Cardi B is repugnant in every way. I love the word repugnant. You are repugnant. Is my sister a clone? Swear I'm asking. I don't know. I'll talk. I have to actually think about that. I'm sure but I haven't thought about it. Jay Leno was nice, absolutely. His wife is an astrologer, but we don't hear much about Mavis being an astrologer. I will look at it, Ashley. I actually have to look at it. I don't know if anybody. Yeah, he was nice. He was nice. I don't know, because at a certain point, I can't speak about that one. I think Dwayne Johnson is just straight out demonic. But they're in every form of life. We really don't know. Most of us see through the lens of like something is three-dimensional, and then there's us and our thoughts, but it's just not good. Yeah, I know. Cardi B, looks really weird. I'm just like, well, Cardi B looks really weird. Anyway, you guys, I like literally rambled on again. Thank you for letting me have my birthday rant about the nonsense in the unfree society with the Freemasons, all of that. So I don't know that Isaac Cappy was possessed, actually. He was given thoughts in his head, and that's what happened. Yeah, The Rock, I don't like anything about The Rock. And before I end this, why is it we admire The Rock or Arnold Schwarzenegger when clearly they're sold out? And secondly, they're massive drug addicts to get their bodies like that. Why do we go, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, they're so awesome? No, they're not. They're on a bunch of fucking drugs to get their bodies like that. So what? So you go work out at the gym. If you take steroids, you're going to get all buff. I don't know. Yes, they got to eat right. Yes, they got to do this, but they're drug addicts. They're functioning drug addicts. So does anybody ever think that steroids might be a doorway to demonic possession too? Because it is a drug that stimulates everything. Yeah, I mean, that's what they're on. They're not only on human growth hormone, they're on all kinds of steroids, big time. And it's gross. Yeah, I mean, and they're pedos, exactly. Yeah, well, I'm assuming a lot of them are, because they have to do it. Now, let's just suppose, I got to say this. Let's just suppose you've got a celebrity, and the celebrity, is making out with a bunch of women at a party or whatever. I just heard this from somebody. And the celebrities make a new actors coming into it, right? Oh, Prince used sigil magic. His emblem is sigil magic because it's hidden within that. So they hide on themselves what they're doing. But anyway, let's suppose a young actor's coming up in Hollywood and he's not famous yet. So his agent takes him to a party, and there's 3 girls in there's 3 girls in bed with, The Rock. I mean, The Rock, the celebrity coming up before they're famous. They're about to hit it. They're about to sign a contract. Let's say one of them sucking his dick, doing that. Sucking the dick, yeah. Okay, so anyway, you know how guys like that. So anyway, someone's giving him a head, and he looks down, and he's got 3 women up here, so he's paying attention up here, making out with them, and then someone's doing something like that, and it's a kid. And then they got him on camera. Now he's their bitch, even though he didn't want to do that, and it happened. I'm sorry. So it's a real problem. Michael Jackson, so now he's manipulated for his life, a honeypot operation, exactly. Now he's manipulated for his entire fucking life because it looks like he's a pedo and he's not. Because he didn't know that was happening because he was in some kind of orgy, right? So it's horrifying and shameful for him. And so then, he spends, exactly, they castrated Michael, you're right about that, but look at Michael Jackson's plastic surgery. What better way than to fuck with a clone, to fuck with a person, to make him a plastic surgery person and then keep cloning him and make his plastic surgery outrageous, etc. And look at Michael Jackson. I don't think Michael Jackson was good. He wore a mask 20 years before it was popular, so I don't fucking like him. He wore a mask around like a nut. He was the beginning of ushering in the New World Order. Think about that for a second. Why is he wearing a mask? Right. Okay, I'm signing off, you people. Thank you for that. I'm going. I don't think he's still alive. Not the Michael Jackson we know. Maybe his consciousness in fragments is, but not the one that we know to begin with, okay? And his father's quite responsible for that, and his mother knows about it. But they don't do anything. I don't know. It's about the money. Bye, you guys. Mwah. Thank you for everything so wonderful. Everything. Sorry this turned off. It didn't turn off this time. Okay, anyone drawn to clone is magic. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Bye, you guys. Good night, everybody. Good evening. Okay, bye. Bye, you guys. Be well, everybody. Thank you for listening.